There we go. So last we left off, you guys had gone into the city to try to figure out, first of all, how you could potentially gain access to a tuning fork, and also see if you could enlist the help of the World Shifter in closing the Shadowfell portal that's in your backyard. You sorry, my cat is still doing things over there. You invited Aldrich over to your house, and he arrived as promised. And you guys sent him into the Wizard Hubris hole alone. But you held on to his cat, his Tressum familiar. And then when it seems that when he knew he was fucked, essentially he dismissed his familiar as a signal to you guys before he was essentially beaten into unconsciousness by the Gloomstalkers. You guys rushed through the portal to his aid and finished off the remaining Gloomstalkers. When a stranger appeared who called himself Vayril Zilnala and expressed his interest in your group as a whole, and thought about making a deal with you guys. He would help you close the portal, or he would, in an exchange, he would have an open invitation to your house. He charmed both Demir and the World Shifter, and eventually, grudgingly, some of you agreed to this deal. And sure enough, he helped close the portal. And you guys returned back to the material plane, and you had a few words exchanged among a few of you. Levy stormed off back to the house and shut herself inside. Demir had a few words with her dear husband. And that's where we're picking up. What are you guys doing?
Well, Demir just after her words to her dear husband, she's just going back into the house and kind of cold shouldering anyone who might want to come near her. And she's go into the kitchen, and I think probably before the World Shifter came over, she was like making sure that the bread oven was like workable, that it had all the pieces that it needed, it wasn't missing anything.
So do you have tinker's tools?
No.
Okay, so you're going to try to mend this through sheer force of will.
I have mending.
Mending is a cantrip. There are limits.
Yeah.
But it will help a little. Why don't you roll an intelligence check?
Oh boy, I'm so good at those. Hang on. That's a. Oh, hang on. One second. One check. One thing before I say what it is. An intelligence ability check or just intelligence check?
Just an intelligence check.
Okay, that's a 12.
If you had Tinker's tools, you would have been able to add proficiency to that. But you at least get a start on repairing the oven. Oh, and by the way, I calculated that the gold you would have to spend to get some food that would be enough to feed everyone for a week. That'd be like 4 gold.
Cool. I'm going to take that out of our party fund because I think that is a party expense. Groceries.
Food, maybe.
Yeah. And like all I need is the oven to hold heat. So she's just going to get it until it holds until it's able to hold heat. And then she's gonna make some meat dumplings, because the fucking best way to make meat dumplings is just water, salt, flour, and it's a really stiff and difficult to knead dough. Which is really great for if you need a workout and if you need to get some like fucking anger out and shit like that. And like even when the dough is sitting and like after she's like kneaded it up and like mixed it together, the meat and the onions all need to be like chopped finely, which is also a really good way to get some anger out. So she's just going to keep herself busy and work out all that frustration of everything that just happened and fucking makeshift up some dumplings. Like she doesn't even have a rolling pin yet, so she's just using that bottle of Elverquist she has.
All right.
And yeah, she's gonna make some fucking dumplings.
Okay. So you're working on the dumplings. I mean, what kind of check would this be to bake?
Acrobatics.
I was gonna say
like performance?
Charisma check, yeah.
Charisma? Okay, cool. Oh my god.
You can have advantage because you know how to bake.
Cool.
You've had training in this.
So I rolled a 3 and a 2.
Oh my god.
But that's a 8 on my charisma.
Okay. You're really pissed off. You're hitting that dough really more than you should be.
Yeah, probably overworked it a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's fine. It's fine. I mean, like she doesn't have like any of her baking tools too. Like she is literally she's using a bottle of liquor to roll it out. So like
there's not the best things you've ever made, and you know that your teacher would probably be a little disappointed, but you're kind of glad she's not here to see this.
Yep, it's an embarrassment. And it's an oven she's not familiar with, so like she keeps on singeing her hair when she's sticking herself into the oven to try and stick the dumplings onto the wall, and she loses a few. It's a mess. She doesn't even have any spices except for like salt and pepper. So
yeah, you're really glad that that Nasha isn't here to see this.
Yep.
Like somewhere in the back of your mind, she's yelling at you.
Yep. Yep. Definitely. And like she's baking in the kitchen alone is like incredibly lonely. And she's having a rough go of it.
Mm-hmm.
But once the dumplings are done, Demir has calmed down enough that she's willing to go try and find the others carrying the tray of dumplings that succeeded in making it out of the oven okay.
All right. And before you do that, Levy, you said you were going to the breakfast nook.
Yep. Yeah. Before everybody gets home, from vampire fuckery in the other place, Levy has gone ahead and sequestered herself into just the fucking breakfast nook and
Okay.
found a corner to sit in and freak out in.
All right. So there's the wicker chairs and the small table with the tea set on it. Do you use any of that to barricade the door or anything?
Nah.
Okay. In the corner, there's also the tasseled pillow with the embroidered name Barley, covered in dog hair.
Oh, that's right. The fucking dog pillow. Whatever corner that's in, she's gonna kind of maybe push the dog pillow aside and curl up in that corner.
Okay. So,
because it's an object and she would zero in on it.
So while you're doing that, a few minutes go by before Esme drifts in, and she kind of just sits down next to you.
Let's see, hang on. I have to. My cat is a very powerful sleep wizard. I'm so fucking tired. Do not trifle with the power of a cat who really wants to fucking snuggle you.
I was trapped for 15 minutes on Friday morning.
Okay. Yeah, she notices Esme and kind of like doesn't really look at her, but kind of a little bit past her, just like the 1,000-yard stare.
Mm-hmm. You hear this little gentle humming. It's kind of a repetitive tune, but it's nice and sounds like a lullaby.
Fuck yeah. I'm gonna say once Levy knows what the tune is, if it's repetitive at all, she'll start humming along with.
Okay. And that continues for a little while. She's trying to help you calm down.
Nice. I'm gonna say she's like pretty successful. It's just a quiet little ghost lady.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Demir, you start hunting people down and making them eat your burned meat dumplings.
Yeah, basically. I'm going to try and see if I can find where the others are. Shove a dumpling in their hands.
Where is everyone?
I think Aaron went to go find Lish to ask him if he'd be able to speak with animals with him while transformed.
I I think that Lish, after the little shot to the gut that he got, probably was just like, okay, I'm clearly not wanted here right now. And I think his first instinct would be to go and try and run into the woods. But I think that he, instead of running off and hunting a bunch of stuff, ended up just kind of curled up on the front porch as a big wolf, and just looking a little miserable.
Aaron's, just gonna, Jim just sat down and start petting him, and be like, I'm through it today, but, tomorrow I'll be able to talk to you like this. And just be petting him.
Lish kind of grumbles something that you don't understand. It probably is something along the lines of, oh good, more talking with Aaron. But he appreciates it. He's happy that you're there. You can tell. He kind of like he doesn't like wag his tail or anything. He's clearly downtrodden a little bit, but he like kind of like shifts a little bit closer to you and puts his head in your lap.
Aww. Yeah, it's just, watching him being there and then.
Yeah. Where is Toby and Hawk?
Since Lady ran off and made it clear that she didn't want anyone to follow her, and Demir looked really pissed, and Lish looked really hurt after the short conversation the two had. Once Lish kind of settles onto the porch and it's clear he's not going to go running off and stuff, Tobias slow quietly kind of just sat down with him and started petting him as well.
Yay!
Yeah, and just kind of like passes a chunk of Lish over.
I don't know if I like that. How that is phrased.
The phrasing of that, a chunk of Lish.
That's kind of horrifying.
Aaron, you can't start ripping people's limbs off. That's just
Aaron,
fucking
that is
rude.
not what the
I'm at
axe
least
is
gonna
for.
need a roll for that.
Yeah, what the
Yeah, I'd also love to see Aaron try and lift any portion of Lish's body as a dire wolf and see how that goes. I don't think it will go.
Fine. His strength is like, what, 14? Yeah, it's 14.
Oh my god. Hawk, where are you? You don't eat, but where are you?
I don't eat, so I'm not expecting Demir to come and find Huck and go, eat my burned dumpling, please, even though you don't have a stomach.
Just smashes it against this
Yeah, on the
mask.
contrary, I think-
Yeah, you know,
forgot
she
you
might
don't
throw
have
one
a
at him out of
mouth.
spite or something. But He just went straight back to the room that he's renovating. Went back to trying to file away all the papers. Oh my god, there's so many papers. Because, like, the Trices owned this manor for forever. I imagine there's just cabinets upon cabinets.
There's a few in there. Nothing you don't know how to deal with, though.
And he's mostly dealing with them by sorting them and then putting them into boxes for, like I said last session, storing them elsewhere so that we still have them, but he still has room.
All right.
Never know when an incident from the Tri-Seas past might come back to haunt us. Other than, of
Esme's
course,
already there.
I was going to say, other than, of course, the ghost.
This dumbass hours for my cat.
Dumbass hours never stop.
It's true.
What do you mean?
Anyway, he is going to knock down my shower curtain. Demir, you managed to find Toby, Erin, and Lish on the front porch.
Was Aldrich staying with us or not? I do not.
He
remember.
is. He is just sort of looking around at the library and seeing what books are there.
Yeah, when Demir sees Lish, Hawk, and Lish, Toby, and Erin out on the porch, she's going to specifically make sure that she hits them up last. So she'll go to where Aldrich is and just be like, dumpling.
Oh, sure. I'd love one, thank you.
We don't really have any bedding or anything set up, but
I was forewarned by companions, but thank you. I'm perfectly comfortable roughing it, as they say.
all right. Make yourself at home.
I appreciate it.
And Demir will leave and try and see if she can find Levy. Which might just involve going through every single room of the goddamn house.
Yeah.
Good thing she's
Yeah.
just on the second floor, so if you like check her room and then go, be on the same floor.
Yeah, Demir goes through the whole first floor, goes upstairs, checks her room, checks Levy's room, checks Erin's room just in case. And then she's going to check the breakfast nook because it's the last room aside from Hawk's room.
Okay.
And she's not checking Hawk's room.
Yep, she's huddled in the former dog corner with like humming with a ghost.
Humming with a Ghost is my new band name.
Fuck yeah.
So fast, Danny.
Up there with Grandson and the Worm People.
Levy.
She'll look up and kind of just do the big-eyed, like, owlish blink of like, oh, there's another person here suddenly.
If she doesn't like move back or flinch away, Demir is going to go over and put a dumpling in Levy's hands.
Levy will take it and then kind of, she's gonna look thoughtful and kind of like take Demir's now empty hand with her free hand for a second like she's trying to say, hang on, wait, let me think for a second, I'm having thoughts. And then she's going to get up and continue to hold Demir's hand and kind of sigh like she's very tired and a little bit guilty for like yelling at Demir earlier and then storming off. And then she will drop a little peck on Demir's cheek and give Esme like a grateful smile, nod, wave sort of deal, and then go with Demir out.
Esme nods back and then disappears.
I love this ghost woman.
The fucker charmed me. Back there.
I'm sorry.
No, I just wanted you to know that is why I disagreed with you. You were right. And I am going to kill him the next time I see him.
I'll help.
No fucking vampires in our goddamn house.
No fucking vampires in our goddamn house.
Are you okay?
She'll take like one of those long, deep breaths of like, you know, like, and then sigh out, just kind of a, no, not really. But I will be.
Well, eat up.
Food, I was about to say that food helps.
Demir will take another dumpling and put it in her hand.
Dumplings really are not good.
They're not great, but they're
Ruby
food.
doesn't give a shit. She's eating the fuck out of this. Demir made it.
They're somehow burned and cold at the same time. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter. They've been eating road rations. The fuck. Yeah, Levy's like already eaten one by the time. I'm assuming that they're just heading to the Porch Boys.
Yep, Porch Boys. And when Demir leads her down to the Porch Boys, she is going to put a dumpling in Aaron and Toby's hands and kind of set Levy down on top of Lish. And
I was about to say Levy's going to like wedge herself in like any scant space between Toby and Lish and just kind of like hunker herself there.
It's free couch.
This is what we keep them in the party for, guys.
It's like, did you make these?
Unfortunately, yes.
Edison says, well, I for one am very glad you did. And you can just feel a little hit him in the middle of that sentence.
are just the kitchen needs a lot of work. That's all.
Yes, if I remember correctly, like the entire room is crashed and broken in half.
Basically, yes.
Well, top priority for rooms to get fixed.
Yes.
Violence, murder, death.
Kingsley chose violence.
Mother decides.
Love him.
Mother decides fantasy is more important than me. Death. Death
Death
to
to
mother.
mother. Oh Lord. While
Oh, he's angry.
while Demir and Lish are talking shit about Demir's cooking. Not Lish, fucking Aaron. Lish hasn't said shit. Jesus Christ. Levy's going to not subtly at all. But very carefully, try and like break the second dumpling that Demir gave her in half, and then when Toby's done eating his first one that Demir gives him, she's gonna give him one half and then eat the other half, and with her free hand be scritching Lish's ears. Multitasking.
Yes.
When Levy passes Tobias like the other half of the dumpling, he looks at her and asks, "Are you sure?" Was that audible to people?
Yes, it was. Sorry, I'm thinking.
Okay.
It's a struggle this morning.
No, it's all good. I couldn't tell if it went through or not.
No, I heard you. Thank you. She's gonna look even guiltier than she did even with Demir, and nod and kind of make an insistent gesture of like putting shoving the dumpling like kind of under his nose, and kind of sigh and go, "Can we talk later?"
Happy to talk with you whenever you'd like. And he will take the other half of the dumpling and eat it.
She will gently thunk the side of her head against his shoulder and keep fucking scratching Lish. Get like really into the layers of fur there.
Demir kind of watches this little interaction and just kind of scoots the whole tray of dumplings towards them. Like, you don't need to ration your dumplings. There's an entire tray of them.
She's just trying to be nice and it's an
Rationing
apology.
the edible parts of the dumplings.
Okay, valid.
It's about the sentiment, Demir.
Actually, like, Demir is going to take one of the dumplings and kind of, she's hungry enough that she's just going to eat them, even if it's like it's kind of like a little bit of punishment, a little bit of penitence to eat the like very bad parts of the dumpling. But she is, and after she's done, she's going to like kind of look at the three of them. And I like to imagine that like Demir sat on the steps a little lower than them so that she had like a place to sit that wasn't right on top of Lish. And
Ooh.
she's going to like look up at them and just, "Can I borrow my husband?"
Lish kind of seems to shrink a little bit at that.
Levy's going to give him like an encouraging ruffle.
Aaron will stand up and sands off a little and head into the house.
Lish sadly watching his all of his creatures leave, like, no.
Like Levy will keep like gently like getting her fingers into like the fucking like undercoat of Lish's fur right now until he decides to move us on his own. She's just encouraging silently, like, go talk to your wife, bro. Go talk to your wife.
Doing the little pat on the butt you give dogs to get them to get up and move.
No, it's more like wherever wherever her hand is, she's kind of like getting into like the deep layers of fur and kind of doing this of just like, you can do it.
Just kind of like huffs, like kind of smacks Levy a little bit with his nose, like like a boop.
She will fucking like giggle at him and then extricate her hand and nudge him with her elbow, just like go.
Lish will look at Demir. What is he kind of getting from Demir in this moment?
Roll an insight check.
It's a 26.
Yeah, she looks kind of cowed a little bit and a little guilty. And like she's like fidgeting with her hands and stuff like that. Yeah, you don't get any of that anger from before. She seems to have worked it out.
Via the dough.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Lish will kind of boop both Tobias and Levy and kind of make to stand up so he's not knocking them over.
Demir will get up when he gets up.
Yeah, he'll kind of trot after her, trot ahead of her, kind of headed back towards the woods, just a little bit away from the house.
Yeah. And once they're kind of a good distance away, Demir just kind of looks at him and opens her mouth and has to like stop and like shake her head a little and just, Vedran, can I see you? As a man.
He probably has like a weird expression across his wolf face, but he'll shift back.
I'm sorry for what I said. I was just angry, but I always thought I told myself that you must have charmed me in order for what happened to have happened, but it wasn't like that at all. And I was wrong, and I shouldn't have said it.
Well, he's just gonna kind of reach out to you, kind of offering a hug if you want.
Mir will hug him. I'm sorry. And it was real. It was all real. And I've made a horrible mess of everything, and I love you. And I loved you then too. I'm sorry I hurt you, really.
I don't think he says anything. He just kind of like, he squeezes her really, really tight, probably to the point where it's like, ow, a little. But he like kind of buries his face in her hair a little bit and just kind of, you can tell he's relieved.
Yeah. Demir's just going to hug him back. Once he squeezes her, she's going to stop rambling and just kind of tuck her face against his chest.
Yeah, I think after a little bit, he'll probably rub her back and kind of point her back towards the house. And then they can maybe go and like all sit on the porch together.
Yeah, if Toby and Levy are still out on the porch by the time we get back, Demir is just going to sit down with them and kind of still holding close to Lish.
No big furry pillow now, though.
That's okay, love real. I could say that without Demi ruining it now. Yay!
Well, don't hold your breath.
At least for a bit. Just let me enjoy it. Anybody else want to do anything, or are we doubling back to Levy and Toby?
I think you can have something. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, have something.
Dope. As soon as Demir and Lish kind of wander off, they're out of earshot. Levy's going to kind of move away from Toby, but in a way that she's turning to face him. She's going to to reach out for one of his hands as an invitation.
He takes it. He puts his
She'll-
hand in hers.
She'll lace their fingers together, all fucking mushy and shit. And it looks like an effort, but she does manage to kind of look him in the eye. And she gives him this kind of this sad smile and seems to kind of steal her fucking nerves to open her fucking mouth and says, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to just push you away or anything. I got really scared and I felt like nobody was listening to me and I got really overwhelmed. And I felt like I just had to go and get away, and I didn't want to add to the mess. So I went away for a minute and it wasn't a good idea and I shouldn't have done it, but I also shouldn't have told you to leave me alone at all in any sort of way. I feel like it was really unfair to you. You were just trying to help and I was really stuck in my head and you didn't deserve that.
Levy, I don't think you have anything to apologize for. I understand that there's times where we need space. And it's not wrong for you to want to have time to yourself and take a moment to step away.
But that's the thing, is I didn't really want to be alone. I just kind of did it because usually when I get overwhelmed, I expect to be alone and shut away. And this is the first time that I've had anywhere to just shut away into since we all met, and even before then. So I went back to hiding instead of asking for help when I needed it, and all you wanted to do was help because I needed it, and I was fucking rude.
Where did you go?
She's gonna look like really kind of ashamed of herself and look down at their hands and sigh and go, I kind of just thought of the smallest room I could find and put myself in the corner.
Tobias appears sad at that. Not in a pitying way, more of he understands the implications of that.
Ouch.
And he says, "You said that during those moments you don't want to be alone. Would it help if anytime you start to feel like that, you could come to me? You could hide behind me. You could hide under my cloak.
She's gonna kind of maybe tear up a little bit and shrug and go,
As she starts to tear up, Tobias kind of reaches a hand up and gently places it on her cheek. He hovers a little slightly above, and he moves slowly when he does it, to basically waiting if she allows him to do this.
puts her face in his hands.
Then he'll
like a cat.
yeah, he will wipe away the tears forming around her eyes gently, and say, "If you don't want to, that's perfectly okay.
No, it's not that
I have no desire to force you to do anything. I just wish to let you know that the option is open to you if it's something that you want to do. Because I would like to help you, however way that I can. And I also want you to know that nothing you say or do could ever hurt me more than the people who came before."
I didn't catch that last part.
Nothing you say or do can hurt me any more than the people who came before.
Ow! Holy shit. Hang on. Woo. Levy's just flat out fucking. The tears are just free falling. And
As he's saying this, he has a look of pure fondness and adoration. The level I'm talking about is Gomez looking at Morticia.
oh shit! Oh my god, love real. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm crying a little bit. This is fine. Everything's fine. I'm not emotional. You're fucking emotional. Shut up.
I'm just gonna sit here drinking my apple juice.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna unscramble my brain real quick. How dare you? You menace. Levy is going to look so sad, but also so fucking besotted, just like he looks, and kind of place her hand over the one that he has on her face and sniffle and kind of go, that's just the thing, Toby, is I don't want to hurt you at all because I love you. And quite frankly, if anybody ever deigns to hurt you again, they will have to either go through me or and if they even manage to get through me, I would definitely turn around and dish out tenfold whatever they did to you.
He looks a little perplexed at that. He has the Same smile and look of adoration on his face, but there's a flash of something that he doesn't fully grasp or comprehend what it is that she said to him. And he says in response, "My dear, you may do whatever it is you like, so long as it makes you happy."
Heavy sigh. Tobias, you're just the sweetest thing on the face of the planet and all that, but listen, you make me happy, and making you happy makes me happy. You don't... As much comfort as you offer me, I want to offer that to you. I want... nothing more than to just... I know you're entirely capable and everything, but I still want to protect you, even if it's from me and everything that goes on in my head and all of that. I'm apologizing because I feel like I did wrong by you, by pushing you away, and I didn't want to do that. Because I don't... Tobias, I'm in love with you, and I wanted you to be happy and I don't want anybody to be happy at your expense, and that includes me.
I mean, he seems kind of at a loss of like what to say at that point. He's like, I mean, you've already done plenty for me. Just wanting me around and wanting me in this way is more than enough.
She's gonna give like one of those like really happy, but also like she's still kind of crying, like one of those like ugly sob laughs. And say, well, feel the same way. She'll lean forward and give him a fucking kiss.
Yay!
Love fucking real.
After she kisses him, he says, "I said this to Lish, and I say it to you because I mean it as well. That as long as you want me, I am more than happy to remain at your side, however you need me."
She's gonna smile so fucking fondly at him and kind of tilt her head further into his hand, if that's still on her cheek.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, and go, well, you better get settled because I know I definitely want you around for quite a long time. As long as you're happy here with me, then I'm happy to have you.
Tobias appears very pleased at that.
Yeah!
He'll kind of just have his forehead pressed against hers, and I imagine they'll both just kind of be sitting there like that till Lisha and Debir come back.
Nah, she's climbing into his fucking lap and just like making herself right at home. She's just like, I'm going to snuggle the shit out of you.
Lish and Demi are coming back, and you guys have like tear-streaked faces. Like, what the fuck did we miss?
And they're smiling. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
actually, because I forgot to do this earlier, before Lish and Demir are fully back, like on the way back, Demir is going to like stop for a moment and kind of tug at Lish's hand, and Bervain, obviously, I have a lot that I still need to there's a lot still, but can I have your name?
Lish just kind of looks at her, his eyebrows raise a little surprised and then a little concerned. And he's just kind of looks at her for a long moment. Kind of holds her face and just, Saphira, I love you, but this is not something that I can do. Not right now.
No.
It's too dangerous and too soon.
She kind of breathes for a moment and closes her eyes and just kind of nods. I want it one day.
Kind of he exhales, and in that exhale you kind of feel like this edge of like humor and like joy and excitement at that you would like want it but are like kind of willing to wait. and kind of kisses your forehead and says, just time, love. Be patient with me.
You've been more than patient with me. And knowing you'll probably need a lot more patience. Still. I want to know all of you.
I want that as well. I just don't think that with me as I currently am, it is very wise to speak such things. Where any bird, tree, cloud in the sky might hear the whispers. You understand, I hope.
I'm not sure that I do, but
where there is such knowledge, there is power, as you understand. And for that power, it can be quite dangerous if the wrong people were to get their hands on it. For one's name is one's self. Does that make sense?
I think so.
There are many enemies out there.
I know that. I would keep it safe.
I know you would try.
Jameer just kind of leans over and gives him a kiss. And pulls back a little bit. She's still holding his hand and just kind of gestures for them to continue walking.
Tup, 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 tup.
And then sees Levy and Toby sitting there, like tear-stained faces, like.
Like,
I mean, Levy was the only one who cried, but
Toby is
now-
crying inside.
And now, if Toby has allowed her into his lap, she's snuggled the fuck up and has stopped crying and is trying so hard to like get her fucking face in order again. She's just got this big dopey fucking smile on her face.
Lish kind of going over, like pulling Demir up onto the like porch and going and like giving little kisses to Toby and Levy's foreheads and kind of settled down out on the porch with them for a bit.
Yeah, Demir is going to as well. And as they're kind of like walking over, Demir just kind of in my hobby to Lish. I haven't been very fair with them either.
Lish kind of quirks an eyebrow, like, what do you mean?
And Demir is going to sit with Lish next to them and kind of
Lish looks pleased as punch and much improved from when he was a wolf just a couple minutes ago.
I think I owe you both some more explanation. But whenever you're ready. I should tell you more about who I am, what I've done. You both have been honest with us, with all of us, and perhaps I owe you the same.
Tobias appears somber at that, and says, I'm willing to, or, let's see. I am ready to listen to you anytime, anywhere, whenever you deem it, or whenever you deem yourself ready.
Levy's going to smile over at Demir and nod, just like, me too. You know, whenever you wanna just like crack open a can of worms, fucking like go for it.
Demir just kind of twists her hand into Lish's. Takes a breath and just I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I was born the second daughter of parents with greater ambitions, high expectations, and I think from the moment I was born, I failed those expectations. They wanted a son, and one did not come for many years after my birth. They had plans for me, and in return, I gravely insulted them. I betrayed the king and queen of my home, and I stole from them. And I fled. I ran away to a strange land, new continent, and I got lost in the woods with the intention that I would not come out again. And then I met Lesh. Berve. And he looked like a man. I thought he was a woodcutter or a warden of the woods, and he let me believe that, although he was not untruthful, and I asked for his help, and in exchange he asked for my name, and I gave it to him. I thought I had found myself imprisoned, but he freed me. I chose the name Demir because in Marhabi it means iron. That which he cannot touch. I was stupid and cruel, as I have been many times in my life. But I bet you know that already. The laws of my homeland are very clear. I cannot go back there, or I will find myself locked up for perhaps the rest of my life. I don't want to go back. So, as I've said before, it is better that who I was die with me. Out in the woods. But I'm here. And I don't know if I can ever make up for the mistakes I've made, but I'm going to try. At least with you three. I am going to try.
Levy's gonna kind of reach out in Demir's direction with the arm that she hasn't wedged between herself and Tobias.
Demir will take it with her free hand, and just kind of hold both of them close.
Levy will kiss her knuckles and then let go of her hand, only to tuck a stray curl behind her ear and go. As far as I'm concerned, wherever I am, you will have a home. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who feels that way. And if anybody comes looking to take you away, I will simply set them on fire.
Sorcerer
is the
goals.
answer.
Demir will laugh and smile at that and just kiss Levy's knuckles as well. I love you. I love you, Levy. And I love you, Tobias.
During her story, Tobias appeared more and more perplexed slash almost discomforted. Before kind of like when her and Levy have their exchange, his expression becomes more fond, and he says, I agree with Levy as well. You always have a home with me. I wouldn't dare let anyone harm a hair on your head. After all, I did promise Lish that I would look after you as well.
Demir is just going to kind of like give a little like shoulder bump to Levy so that she bumps Tobias. A little physic ball movement there.
Newton's cradle of shoulder bumps.
Exactly. You got me. I love both of you. And I love their thing. Just gonna look over at Bush. You saved me, and for the longest time I would not admit it. I am so lucky that you chose me as your bride.
It's so saccharine.
He looks like a wooby.
Demir's just going to tuck her face against him a little bit, still holding on to Levy, but just kind of. She's not gonna say anything else.
Yeah, Lish is good.
Hang on, I need to flip a coin. Oh boy! Okay. Levy's feeling very productive and motivated at the moment. She is actually going to gently extricate herself from the pile that is formed and kind of nudge them back together where she, like the space that she left in the middle, she's just like, yeah. And she's going to drop a kiss on the tops of all of their heads and kind of dust off her fucking skirt. I almost said pants, but she hasn't worn pants in several episodes, so yeah.
Yeah.
We love this for her. She's going to say, well, I hate to leave on that note, but I feel like if I don't go and have a very specific conversation at this very moment, I might lose my nerve. So, thank you for talking with us, Demir. You're making me feel very brave right now. And she's going to kind of square up her fucking shoulders and stand up really tall and say, I'll find you three later. I love you all very much. And then she's gonna go into the house and look for Erin.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Lish takes a shot in the dark and says, "Say hi to Erin for me."
Oh my god, I need to stop fucking scream laughing. Jesus Christ, y'all got me fucked up. Levy's just gonna like throw a thumbs up over her fucking shoulder, just like, got you, man. Before she goes and finds Erin, though, she will kind of check in on Aldrich, just kind of peek in wherever he is and just see that he's like not keeled over, not looking any worse than the last time she saw him, and give him a nod and a wave and carry on. And then also do the same with Hawk, because she's not a rude bitch.
When Levy opens the door to Hawk's room in progress, he nearly drops a crate of boxes. Not a crate of boxes, like a box of papers. Sort of like simply, whoa! I'm actually gonna roll Dex for him to see if he catches it. I don't have a die out, so I'm just gonna click Dexterity and hope for the best. That's an 8. He does not catch it. It hits the floor and papers just scatter everywhere.
Yeah, pretty much. You have to do some reorganizing now.
He just sort of like
Levy kind of-
exasperatedly sighs and like crouches down and starts sorting papers.
When the box like drops and scatters all the fucking papers, she kind of jumps herself and goes, ah! Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
No, you're fine. I cannot wait to get back on the road at this point. Why did the Trices have so many papers?
How about if you're not done with it yet tomorrow, I'll come help you.
I'd like that. Thanks.
Of course. I'd help right now, but I'm kind of on a mission.
No?
Nothing bad, just...
I didn't think it was anything bad. I'm just curious. I'm also honestly begging for something other than paperwork at this point. This is the life that I thought I ran away from, and yet here I am.
I'll come and help you tomorrow. How about you let yourself have a break and go find something else to do?
Right.
It's a little bit of a personal thing, otherwise I'd let you come along.
Oh, okay. I understand.
Just wanted to check in.
I'll put this box back together and then maybe go for a walk or something.
Sounds lovely. And she's gonna go find Erin.
Yeah, I think he probably would have gone back up to his room, I think. He's just trying to give people space right now. So yeah, he's probably just sitting in his room. Hasn't made much more progress in getting his stuff sorted out. He has his kaleidoscope out and he's just looking at his possessions. Like, oh, interesting.
Oh Lord, bored kid in the room, fucking energy. Jesus Christ. Ugh,
Love him
felt
so
it.
much.
Levy is going to knock this time because of Hawk dropping all of his shit, all of his hard work.
Aaron just says, come in.
And she's gonna kind of slip in the door, shut it
He just
firmly, but not slam it, and put her hands on her hips, and she's gonna come right out the gate and say, "You've been avoiding me. You haven't talked to me since the Wizard Tower." Narrow her fucking eyes at him like, motherfucker, you have explaining to do.
When she comes in, Aaron just turns over to, coming in, just, kaleidoscope straight out. So he's just kaleidoscope looking at her. And you can see him kind of just go, oh, it's time to talk to Levy, isn't it?
Tapping her foot like an unimpressed mother.
Yes, I need to apologize to you, and I didn't want to that if you didn't want to hear that and
I've just been waiting for you to say anything, Aaron. Waiting.
Yeah, I've had a few conversations recently that have shown me I really need to go and have the talks I need to have with people when I need to have them.
Well, now is good a time as any.
Oh God.
She's going to sit in front of the door and cross her arms and look very comfortable to sit and wait.
He's gonna set his kaleidoscope down. And he'll turn, he takes a few moments, like, okay, let's do this. Let's get prepared for this. So it's off. Okay. Evie, I feel like I've put a lot of expectations on you, and I don't think that that's very fair of me. I think ultimately that's had less to do with your actual you and how wonderful you are, and more to do with just wanting someone to just and to fix everything. And that's more than anyone would be able to do, and significantly more than it's reasonable of me to to ask of you. I sorry. I don't want to take any more than shit than you're Iv, and I don't ever want to make you feel like that's enough, I guess. I guess that is the other part of why I've been avoiding you. You can't be relying on someone to be a bitch for you if you're not interacting with them in the first place. I think that's I think that's most of what I've wanted to say. Does that cover everything I need to apologize for?
She's going to give him a very wry sort of smirk of like she's bemused with him. She's gonna lean back against the door and kind of chew on what he just said and go, I agree. You should not have expected or even had the audacity to ask of me what you did. And I'm not so upset or callous to not admit that maybe I fit into it a little bit, because I do like to take care of people. I'm just a bit limited.
You're not my caretaker. You're not responsible for me.
Indeed.
I'm just nice.
It's just, I would like to hear you actually just say, I'm sorry. Because the speech is nice, but just, I'm sorry. It's just the one thing I'd like to hear. I think that does about cover most of it. So, actually, there's one more thing.
Of course.
It is horribly confusing, and I don't think it's even really all that comprehensible by somebody who doesn't struggle in the ways that I do with just perceiving the world around me, much less interpersonal relationships that I'm entirely new to. Handling on any level. But an apology for expecting so much of me is one thing, but Ear and I have been very confused, which is quite frankly not fun.
I can't imagine. So.
And before you say I'm sorry outright with no speech preamble or anything, that's all I want. I just want you to also be apologizing for a very specific sequence of events. It was not fun having somebody tell me that they loved me and then turn around and take out all of their emotions and issues on the people that I love very much. And then when we stuck through with you and went to deal with your thing, to have you grow more and more distant from me with this love confession somewhat hanging over my head, as well as my promise to help you, which I don't regret that. I don't need an apology for that. That was my choice and all of that. But listen, telling me that you love me is all well and good, but you have not necessarily given me the impression with your actions that you do. And it's not fun to have this sudden emotional confession and then emotional distance, and then the moment one thing goes wrong on the next adventure that this group went on in the Wizard Tower, have you come running to me like my sister used to when she scraped her knee when she was little, and then not talk to me for over a week after. And as much as you admire me and as sweet as it is, I don't think that I can return those feelings.
Aaron, as conversation has been going on, has been not as much backing up as much as just leaning further and further backwards. And he's now just like fully stretched out. Like, okay. He he kind of realizes what he's doing and like props himself up a little. Because no, that was awful of me, and I understand, first off, and fault you nothing for that. I did not follow through with that in the way I really would have liked. And I'm glad, having this conversation and solidifying things. It's my fault, and I do not mean to imply that you're doing, but it has been confusing for me too. Because I was an idiot about it. All right. Well, I guess I guess here then, and that know that is included in this, as is everything else I've previously mentioned, and so a good host of just feeling really bad myself. Levy, I'm so sorry.
She's gonna give him a much friendlier smile and kind of unclose her fucking posture, kind of unfold her arms and haul herself up from the floor and kind of approach him carefully and hold out a hand.
He doesn't stand up, but he will reach up for that.
She's going to try and pull him up.
Yeah, I mean he'll get up immediately if he realizes that's her intention. One second, I need to go get a charger.
Okay.
Horrible fucking timing, but my computer's about to die.
Everyone take a moment to take a deep breath. 'cause
Holy
it's
fucking
not
shit!
What is happening today?
Everybody just decided, fuck it.
It is
Be
just
talking about our
interpersonal
feelings.
conflicts day.
Fucking feel the clock, man.
Just breathe in.
Meanwhile, in the background of all of this, Hawk's just grumbling in the office like papers.
Fucking files. Why did they even do it this way?
Hawk is
Did they even-
living
did they
honestly
even
the
know
most
what organization
chill life
is?
out of all of us because he's the one that's just like, fuck these papers. This is dumb.
We
They
support
need to
our
organize
Aero
their stuff
Ace
better."
robot.
He has
friend in
no
this house.
idea. He has no idea what is happening in the rest of the house. So he's gonna come out at some point, and everyone's gonna be like newly fond with each other. And he's just gonna be there like, did I miss character development?
Support
A
our
little bit.
Aero Ace robot friend.
A little
Or
bit,
what,
but don't
Ace?
worry about
Sorry?
it.
Aromantic.
Oh, aromantic. It's okay. Yeah.
But don't worry about it. Levy's gonna have friendship moments with him. Help him with this goddamn
You
paperwork.
get friendship. You get friendship. You
At this
get
rate, Demir's actually going to apologize to Hawk, but I do not have my hopes up.
friendship.
Excuse me, what does she have to apologize for exactly?
Still being mad.
No, I would argue that she is well within her rights to still be mad.
He apologized like 5 times.
He attempted it, and she didn't hear it.
He was right there.
Never mind, my computer did die, so we're on my phone now.
Oh. Fun.
Alrighty. Well,
Alright.
now that Doug's
Anyways, diving back in.
Yeah, anyways. Woo! Fun
Oh
stuff.
boy.
Levy's going to pull Aaron up, and when he stands, she is going to give him a good, just like a nice fucking hug. just a hug. And and the most awkward pat on the back imaginable.
Yeah, Aaron will lean into that, and he's being very careful in that to be like supporting all of his own weight and not like not putting anything in that Levy's not already given out.
And she's gonna kinda, as she pulls away, she's gonna hold his shoulders and say, just don't do anything even remotely like any of that ever again. And you and I can get along and be great friends just fine.
I'd that, and I'd love both of those. Both of those things.
I'm glad that we can see eye to eye again. Good night, Erin.
Good night, Levy.
And she's gonna actually just yeet off to wherever people have decided to fucking set up sleep stuff for the night, I guess. Unless that's just in the same place it was. Never got broken down.
And as soon as Levy's, out and no longer holding him, Aaron just kind of collapses onto the floor and just kind of lays there like,
Yeah!
That finally happened.
Hooray!
Oh, thank goodness.
Levy's gonna go decompress by working on that Fae book.
All right. I'll tell you what. What the fuck was I having you roll for that? It's been so long.
It's intelligence.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
All right. Yeet. Let's go, bitches. Not the worst. Hang on. Fucking character sheets. It's, okay. I was doing math and it's very hard. That's a 16.
16. Okay. You were.
I think I got through the first 2 chapters.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think your next one is chapter 3. So this one is fairly short. You get the impression that this is one that's going to be expanded upon in further chapters. Let me send that off to you real quick.
Excellent.
And let me know if you want to work on it further.
I'm gonna let other people do shit first and then
Okay.
decide on that. I just wanted to get her doing something.
Cool.
She can join Tobias and Lish working with wood. I'm sure Tobias wants to whittle and Lish wants to work on his pipe.
Fuck yeah, he wants to whittle.
It's a whittling
You
time.
hand that bitch a big blood and a knife, he will whittle.
This man's gonna make so many fucking owls.
Give a man a knife and he will whittle away.
It's gonna be like that one video of the one dude pranking his roommate with all the tiny ducks. Deborah's gonna open a room in the house and it's just covered in little wooden owls. She's like, what the fuck?
Opens
a carved dick statue.
It should be like opens closet door. Thousands of owls look back, slowly closes closet door.
That is honestly
that room.
incredibly accurate. Demir is probably just going to hang out with Lish and Toby while they're whittling, and gonna like kind of play around with some of the instruments that are in the house, and see if they're any good, and just kind of do provide some background music for them and their whittling, aka bardic inspiration if you guys want it for your whittling rolls.
Roll a performance check.
Okay.
Levy will probably finish one chapter,
Oh
realize.
my god. Hold on. Let me fucking... I am so goddamn... That's 12. I am putting away that dice.
It's not as good as you were hoping it would be.
Yeah, the music is... The instruments aren't in tune, and she doesn't entirely know how to
It's
tune
not bad, but you hit a sour note every now and then.
them. Yeah. And then you hear like a bunch of Marhabi swearing and her trying to figure out how to tune the goddamn instrument.
Libby will probably realize that she doesn't have to just like sit in her bedroll and do her studying. Probably go find them eventually.
All right.
Might drag Hawk out of the fucking office away from his filing. Be like, come hang out with us, robo bitch.
Hey, nerd.
Paper.
What are you, a fucking nerd, doing some fucking filing?
It's
No more
so
paper for the day.
disorganized, you don't understand.
Smacking his hands. No more paper for the day. Come relax.
Fine. What does she yank him over to do then?
Oh, I mean, just fucking vibe with everybody. Just like hang out. Everybody seems to be doing their own thing.
Tobias kind of shows Hawk his knife and the wood he's working on. He's like, would you like to try?
Well, it's been a while, but I guess
You're less likely to cut your fingers off than I am.
that is true. It has been a while, but I guess I could try again. If Toby is offering the piece of wood and the knife, is it a carved piece of wood or just like a block or brain no worky?
It's like a chunk of wood that has partially been started to be carved. Not a whole lot, but it's like Tobias was starting to work on it, and then he offered it.
Right. Hawk will take the knife and the block of wood and sort of just like hold it for a moment, thinking. And eventually he starts getting to work on a wooden feather.
All right. So is everyone just kind of hanging out? Are you guys still on the front porch, or are you in the house?
I would hope we're on the front porch because there's going to be wood shavings everywhere.
Yeah,
think
they're
it's
gonna
too
renovate the
cold.
house anyway. It's their problem.
Bush will make people go inside if it gets too cold.
Okay.
Does he make any progress on his pipe?
Roll a wisdom check.
Add your bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah.
Because I marked it off. 2 points of bardic inspiration. 1 for Toby, 1 for Lish.
What do I roll to add to that?
You add 1d6.
My son is saying things to me.
That's a 12.
12. It's coming along. It's starting to look more like a pipe. You're doing this very very carefully in order to make sure that you'd actually be able to smoke from it. It's coming along. It's not quite ready yet, but it's looking good so far.
He's so frustrated.
All right. Damir, you're tuning things. Toby, you're carving. Hawk is also carving. Levy is trying to translate the Fae book. Erin, are you just, it's all vibes? How are you doing?
Yeah, he's just laying on his block. He's still in his room.
Okay.
I'm not sure he's moved.
Okay. In that case, Esme kind of just drips in and comes and like looks at you.
This must bring back memories of his childhood, of mother standing disapprovingly overhead.
Oh no.
She looks somewhat disapproving and somewhat disappointed.
Aaron will do a little half wave of acknowledgement, but otherwise he's not doing anything.
She walks away and sort of disappears, and then a moment later, one of the pillows on the bed just falls off.
He's like, I think you'll go over and pick it up. And I guess you'll lie down. And he'll lie down and then put the pillow over his face.
You sense a feeling of disapproval.
He's like, yeah, me too, and keeps lying there.
All right, Ghost Mom can't do much else, so that's it. So what do you guys do? It's starting to get to be evening at this point in the day. Well, actually, it's actually getting to be later at night since Aldrich showed up in the evening.
I have an idea. After carving maybe a second feather or something, Puck sort of gets up and he's actually going to take stock of what is usable in the kitchen. Like, have any implements survived? Any rolling pins, any knives, anything?
Roll an investigation check.
That's modifier of 2. I actually have a physical die out this time.
Hurrah!
Awesome. It rolled 11 total.
Let's see. It mostly the things that are unusable are the rack that had crashed into the table. And everything is dirty except for what Demir had cleaned in an effort to use the bread oven and fix what she could of it. So the bread oven is somewhat functional. It might not have too many instances of use within it, but you could probably get away with using the bread oven once or twice more before, like, all right, I really need to get this fixed or else it'll explode or something. It takes a couple of tries to get the stove to light, but eventually you're able to get that going. And most of the implements there are rusty. If they're made of iron. Otherwise, there's a few wooden ones that have like chips and chunks taken out of them. You find a spoon with some mouse crap dangerously close to it that's made of wood that seems functional. You're able to find a few things, but it's definitely not ideal cooking conditions.
All right. Once he's done scouring the kitchen, he heads back upstairs and then heads back downstairs with an empty backpack and heads out of the house towards the town.
Demir did buy some cooking supplies, just some basics, unless you're looking for something specific.
Well, I don't actually know what she bought, especially if I wasn't able to find it.
She put it down in the pantry.
Oh. Shit, he didn't check that, did he? Okay.
It's also like 9 o'clock at night.
He's
Closer
still gonna...
to 11, actually.
Oh. Well, he'll probably be very limited success then.
Just to go buy another of everything Demir brought. That won't be passive aggressive at all.
Damn it.
You could always go in the morning and do breakfast something.
Yeah. He's probably gonna see that most of the stores are closed and just go, oh, and then turn back.
So it would take you a couple of hours to walk to town.
Fun.
And then a couple of hours back.
I had no idea it was that late. Shit. Well, I guess he's sleeping in tonight.
Okay. So you make your way back to town. You do see a couple of admittedly kind of sketchy looking people like out at night, but you avoid them and they don't pay you any mind. Where do you go to look for food?
He's not looking for food.
Okay, what are you looking for?
Cookware, like teapots and knives
Where?
and stuff.
Okay. So you do know that oftentimes forges will sell things, will sell iron cookware in order to make a living when it's not wartime. So you managed to find a forge, but it is cold and the lights are off inside.
He's way too damn shy to wake up a blacksmith. He's gonna move on.
Okay. What else are you looking for?
Well, I don't imagine blacksmith makes teapots unless they're like metal ones. If basically everything is closed, he's probably just gonna turn back.
There are a few taverns that are open.
I don't know if any of them are going to be willing to part ways with anything that they've got for their cooking. So
You never know until you ask.
You never know.
All right, sure. He's going to go into one of the taverns and...
Okay. So you have a couple of different options. There's Aerith's Fireside, which is a more high-end inn, 3 levels from the outside. There's, of course, the Blooming Elderberry, which you guys had been staying in previously. And then there's the Murky Pond, which is definitely more of a grungy one. And oddly, that one looks more lively at this late hour of 1 a.m. than I said it'd take a couple hours to walk to town.
True.
Than either of the other two.
I'm gonna go with the elderberry.
Okay. So there's really not anyone in there except for the barkeep, and you know that during the day the bartender is a female dwarf. Apparently her shift is over, and there's some guy kind of just sitting there. Human man, dark brown skin, short, curly, black hair, kind of just like thumbing through a book like lazily. And there's maybe one other person in the tavern, a gnome with green hair, face down, snoring loudly. There's
This-
like
this
maybe
is a-
3 empty tankards next to her.
Right. So the face down guy is a patron?
Face down person, she definitely looks like a patron, yeah.
Okay. And there's no one else in here?
There's the barkeep.
Okay, sorry. I'll go ahead and admit I spaced out because I was like trying to think of what to do after this. Assuming that I'm even successful. He's gonna head up to the barkeep then and ask, I've got a little bit of an odd request.
If you are looking for company for the evening, I would recommend
No,
you
no,
the
no, no, no.
Murky Pond.
No, not company.
Apologies,
the-
that is usually what people mean when they say they have an odd request.
Okay, I'll think of something else then. All the shops and blacksmiths are closed for the night, and I was wondering if you had any spare knife sets or drinkware that you'd be willing to sell.
Oh, well, he like closes the book and puts it down and kind of scratches his chin. What sort of drinkware are you thinking?
I don't suppose you have teapots or anything. That's who I'm thinking of seems to prefer making. Or perhaps if you have any spare glasses.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh boy. That's a 9. That was a 10. He's got a -1.
It is not the sort of thing that we sell here.
Yeah,
I
that's...
have a jug I could give you. Pitcher.
Hmm. On second thought, could I see do you have a wine list?
We have quite a few different wines. Are you looking for a bottle or?
A bottle, yes.
Well, we have Abbey red wine. We have blood wine, clary wine, Evermead, Far Ridge red, fire wine, glow fire, and high dusk dark.
What would you recommend?
It depends on if you are on a budget or not, but I do enjoy the glow fire. It glows a bit in the dark, and it tastes of pear.
How much for a bottle?
5 silver pieces.
I'll take 2.
He nods
If you have
and
to.
He goes to the back and returns with 2 bottles of wine, and the bottles themselves are clear so that you can see that the liquid inside is more chartreuse in color, and there's a very faint luminescence.
And 10 silver would be the same as 1 gold, right?
Yes.
All right. So he'll pay a gold and put those in the backpack. Probably take off his hood, but not the full hood, so that his head's still covered, to sort of like insulate them from colliding with each other or breaking.
All right.
Thank the bartender and be on his way.
All right.
All right, back to the manor.
All
Time
right.
to walk the entire way.
Mm-hmm. So by the time you get back, it's like 3 a.m. I would assume that the cuddle pile on the front porch has gone to sleep, or are you guys just in a heap out there?
No,
We are sleeping inside.
Yeah, we sleep inside.
You're not me. Got it.
There's a fucking heap of fucking bodies, and then like Aldrich sleep on the floor.
Aldrich has fallen asleep in the library. It's clear he fell asleep in the middle of his reading. And so he's kind of doing the thing where he's laying back and there's a book on his lap. And
Tobias probably would have like peeked in to check on him, saw he's asleep, and then kind of takes well, I don't know if they have any blankets and stuff, so he might just take his cloak and just kind of like put it over him so he stays warm.
when you enter the library, Blue kind of wanders up and rubs against your leg.
Very happy pets, Blue. Scritches behind the ears.
Yeah,
under the
she
chin.
has good butt button. Her tail goes right up when you scratch her at the base of her
Oh
tail.
yes, beautiful girl, beautiful.
Levy probably would have gone with Tobias, like following with a blanket, because she knows her fellow nerd. I imagine she's found poet, like just doing his dumb wizard studies and
Mm-hmm.
and like fucking tucked his sorry ass in a few times.
Definitely.
Yeah, in that case, then Levy and Tobias kind of just tuck Aldrich in, give Blue some scritches, and then leave him be so he can sleep.
Good night, wizard man.
You gotta regain those spell slots.
All right. Hawk's gonna find a piece of paper to write on.
Okay. There's all sorts of papers around.
Hopefully nothing
Uh,
important then. Maybe an expired
There-
Tri-C document or something.
Well, are you looking in the library or in the office?
Probably in the office first,
Okay.
because he doesn't want to
You're
disturb people in the
able to
library.
find blank parchment, no problem.
Awesome. He's gonna write a note to leave the wine in the kitchen.
Okay. What does the note say? How do you phrase it?
I was wrong. I want to make things right. And he's going to sign it with not an initial or a name, but a character of his mask.
Okay. All right.
And following that, he's just gonna like sigh exasperatedly and just like sort of mutter, I really hope this works. And just head back up to the office and basically just fall over.
Okay. You fall over and there's kind of a loud like crash when you do.
It is 3 a.m. He is too tired to care. He hasn't even changed his pose, like his joints locked the moment that he
Yeah. Lish, you definitely heard the crash.
probably just like a loud thunk, because he's still wearing like padding.
Is it just him moving around in there?
It's literally him hitting the floor.
I probably heard him come home.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's like shakes his head a little bit. Lish is going to overnight too. He's gonna have the pixies kind of patrolling the house and making sure that nobody's trying to break in like a vampire or something. Not that
No.
Ash is sleeping, but
Yeah, everything seems pretty calm. The worst thing that happens overnight is Blue notices the pixies and starts trying to chase them.
they will taunt the shit out of that cat.
Yeah.
It'll be bad for the cat. They're fine.
Yeah. I mean, she like tries to pounce on them and like hit them, and she's definitely playing with them. She does not need to hunt. But she's playing, and she's a cat. And she's a cat with wings who can fly and therefore get up on any surface she wants to.
Oh shit, I forgot that she can fly. Oh yeah, they're a little bit scared.
The pixies at first are like, haha, you can't get a stupid cat, and the cat opens its wings, they're like, oh shit!
No, exactly. They'll
It's like when you go to
come back
swat a
Lish
bug.
and hide at some point. Lish is
like-
just like, why? What the fuck? Like, I told you to go patrol. And they're just like, there's a cat with wings. It's gonna eat us. And you're just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm imagining they have the same abject horror of when you go to like catch and release a bug on your wall and it turns out it can fucking fly.
There's no safe space from Kitty. All right. Does anyone else do anything overnight?
Sleep.
Okay. Next morning comes without incident. Damia, you wander downstairs, I assume, and you go to the kitchen where you find the 2 bottles of glow fire.
Demir just kind of looks at them for a long minute, looks at the note, looks at the wine, puts the note and the wine aside, and starts making bread for breakfast.
Okay.
And she's just going to try the bread oven again.
All right. Roll performance.
Actually, before she goes down, she is going to kind of tap Lish a little bit and like gesture with her head towards the door, like, come with me.
Detangles himself. Goes and follows.
Yeah, and she's just going to lead him down to the kitchen.
Yeah.
Not really saying anything. She just kind of seems to want him around.
Oh.
And yeah, she's going to try and bake some bread.
All right.
Lish will go mink and be on her shoulders and watch all of the weird things that she's doing.
All right.
What's that?
Roll performance in for cooking.
In advantage or just regular?
How about advantage? I'm double checking. I'm looking at the chef feet and double checking and making sure that there's no like set thing for cooking.
Apparently, I really just can't fucking roll today. But that is a 17.
Okay. It's much better than yesterday.
I figured out where all the cold spots in the oven are, and
Yeah.
definitely a little bit of a fresh take.
And you're feeling much more calm today too, which definitely helps.
no angry banging around in the kitchen, that's for
Mhm.
sure. Yeah, and she's just gonna bake some bread for breakfast, and she probably got a couple eggs, and so she's not the best at cooking things that aren't for baking. But you know, she can fry an egg.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of make a little.
He will fully just like eat a raw egg.
Yeah, she gives him a raw egg to eat in a little bowl after he keeps trying to nibble the eggs out of her hands.
I'm imagining her like every now and then whacking him with like the spoon to be like, "Hey, no,
Yep.
no,
Yep.
fine."
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He
Okay.
definitely needs to be smacked back a couple of times.
He's a menace. He gets his mouth on the rim of her bowl and starts carrying it across the kitchen counter, like has to get it back.
Yeah, it's an adventure, but she's trying to be as quiet as possible while also just Lish! Vervain, you put that down!
When I started saying no, my son looked up and mooed at me, so I had to go over and give him kisses.
Poor baby.
It's like I wasn't doing anything. I was asleep.
Yeah, and Demir's just going to kind of make a little breakfast. She's going to, like, when she gets the stuff out of the pantry, she's going to put the 2 bottles of wine down in the wine cellar.
Mhm.
So,
All right.
yeah.
So the wine cellar, you may recall, had the giant barrels and then an apron and a ladle for tasting. Do you just ditch them on the floor, or?
There aren't, like, racks or anything.
I guess that would make sense. Yeah, sure. There's a rack.
Yeah, she'll put them on the rack.
Okay.
And let's. I feel like I have a couple of bottles still, so I'm going to put them around. I'm holding on to the Elverquist bottle because that's a really good rolling pin. But like whatever other alcohol she has, she's going to go ahead and set it out in the wine cellar.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just going to make some breakfast.
All right.
Kind of a little when she gets to the like bread decorating portion, she kind of like a little frustrated trying to use a fork to stamp the bread and stuff like that, and it's like she's trying very hard, but it's a fork, so it's not very well decorated.
All right.
And like kind of while she's cooking makes a comment like, do you think we can find bread stamps here?
Lish just kind of shrugs.
Little Minky shrug, and yeah.
Little Mickey shrugging, they're just like, we might be able to find some.
Well, we'll need to go to market again anyway.
To do what?
We'll need to get furniture, I assume.
Lish just kind of like harumps a little bit.
They wanted to stay here. We may as well make it comfortable for ourselves.
I need to go to, what is it, Tobias? Need to talk to a satyr about a bag. Perhaps I can make the journey myself and just very quickly go fetch it.
Well, we have a few days. We could go.
Would be fast. Just take the owls. It's not far.
We can bring it up over breakfast. I need to meet with Bahasa.
Right. A little bit of research wouldn't hurt.
And we have the time. We have to wait until Valkyrie gets here anyway.
Right.
We can be fast. If time doesn't slip away from us.
That is what I am worried about. I don't want it slipping away from us before we can get a chance to get there.
I agree.
We can mention it.
I am curious what it is you are so desperate to get your hands on.
Well, it is everything that I want.
That does not satisfy the curiosity, that only feeds it, I hope you know.
Well, you will just have to wait and see when I go and fetch it then, won't you? Some patience. He sticks his little mink paw as a stamp in her bread.
At this point, she has been fighting him the whole time. She just kind of lets him have it. Tosses the bread in the oven to bake.
All right. Levy, do you look at the book anymore in the morning?
Hang on. My parents were texting me. I guess while everybody kind of like gets up and gets moving, yeah, she'll go for another chapter and whatnot.
Can you roll for it again?
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. That's gonna be 13.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeehaw.
You notice that this one has a lot of very flowery descriptions.
In a book about the Fae? Nah.
But there's also a picture, and that's what's the important part.
Oh, worm? Do I get
Picture of what?
Yeah. You know, the soundtrack of reading.
Mhm.
Incredible. All right, cool. It's literally just if Lish is peeking over Levy's shoulder, it's an
Now
image
Lish
of-
is fighting with Demir in the kitchen.
Oh, that's
Wait.
right.
Levy could be in the kitchen watching all of this, and he could run over to Levy, take a look, run back.
What a horribly distracting environment. She's gonna go check out the library. Make sure Aldrich didn't like.
Oh, yeah, he's in there, and at this point in the morning, he's awake and he's looking at more of the books, and he kind of just gives a plate. I hope you didn't mind, but I was exploring some of the things on the shelves.
Oh no! It's help yourself. I haven't gotten the chance to dive in here yet, but once I do get a moment to, I don't think they'll find me for days.
I imagine not.
Tobias, when he eventually wakes up, sees everyone else is gone and stuff, kind of wonders, or like he can hear Demir and Lish doing stuff in the kitchen. He will go to the library as well and kind of like peek his head in, kind of give a meek.
There's a
hello.
couple of nerds looking at books in there.
Kind of comes in, like, kind of like twiddles his fingers a little bit, or like, plays with his hands. So he kind of like is looking around very pointedly for a little someone.
This gay bitch.
Oh,
Looking for Blue. Eventually he'll kind of like ask over, is your little
Where's the cat? Where's the cat? Where's the cat?
Blue here? Is Blue in the library?
Blue is in the library at this point. I think.
Yes!
I was trying to think, like, at this point in the day, she's probably all done chasing the fairies. She is curled up next to the cold hearth. She's just kind of, well, she's in that position. Just kind of like flopped in a somewhat circle, vibing.
After Tobias gives a meek good morning to the both of them, he is going to go immediately over to Blue and start petting her.
Yeah, she's happy to have the pets. She purrs a little bit.
This is a victory.
I think at this point, Aaron's gonna wake up and bounce downstairs, and he just looks the happiest he's looked in like a month at least. And he's just gonna like under the kitchen like, ooh, Demir, are you baking again?
Mm-hmm. Breakfast should be ready in a bit.
Oh, wonderful.
The pixies absolutely attack Aaron's head. Start doing his hair.
Ah. And he's fucking fuming. He goes out, like bounces back out, and he's full like the princess right now. Just la-da-da. Fresh and waking. There are like fairies in his hair. It's a beautiful morning.
Roll performance check if you're gonna sing.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Oh, that's not bad. That's a 10.
I mean, it's not anything that would probably get you into the College of Arts in the city, but you're having fun, and that's what's important.
Yay! Yeah. Around. Yeah, just gonna squeeze back out of the kitchen.
All right.
I guess his talk with Levy went well.
Yeah, Lish watching him go, real curious and sus. Wants to know what happened.
Demir honestly has the exact same expression as Lish. Like same vibes of like, and yeah, she's gonna finish up She probably cooked some of the leftover meat from the dumplings and the bread and eggs and some cheese and kind of gives Lish a little like smack on his mink bum. Like, will you go fetch the others? At least we can have some breakfast.
Yeah, Lish will go over to the library and he'll see Tobias hand deep in a winged cat and gasp.
Adultery!
Is he still a mink? Does he do a little mink glass?
Yeah, you see a little mink in the library doorway. Go.
This the most betrayed little squeak ever.
Tobias, when he sees Lish coming, he goes, "Oh, Lish," and holds out his hand for Lish to come running over.
Yeah, Lish will actually go up to where you're offering the hand and take your sleeve and pull at it. Like, if you've ever seen those pictures of those videos of ferrets taking humans to their babies, it'll be like that. he's dragging you.
Aldrich and Levy see this too. They're
Bryce
also
is gonna play with Lish a little bit first. He just lets Lish talk on his sleeve, and he's like, I didn't know you liked tug of war. Let's
roll a strength check, both of you.
Oh, no.
Lish, use the mink stats.
Let me even find those.
Okay, so we're gonna pull out grapple rules.
I fucking slam dunk Tobias with my little mink.
Oh my
paw.
god!
Are you gonna kill him?
No, Tobias rolled a nat 1.
Oh,
So we got a 2.
unless something terrible happens.
Okay, 2. And then
Well, I mean, considering that Mink Lish has a 3, which is a -4 add, let's see what happens.
yeah, let's do this.
You already look so fucking guilty.
So what is that? Is that that's a 9 or a 6? That was a 9. -4 is still gonna be more than a natural 1.
I imagine Tobias is sitting, like, kind of crouched, sitting on his heels, kind of, so he's not the most stable. And he wasn't expecting Lish to fucking give a big yank.
Give him a big ol' yank, topple you over. Victory. He
What'd you get?
Who, me?
Yeah.
9 -4. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So 5. Okay. So, in the world's most pathetic game of tug of war,
The mink wins.
Tobias, your sleeve is torn just a little bit. Because you rolled a natural 1.
Uh-oh. Lish kind of like, I don't know, he's kind of surprised a little bit. But he's like, I win. But then he'll go over to Levy and poke his head over her shoulder, see what she's reading, and then start tugging her also.
I assume Levy's kind of finished transcribing by this point.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you told me, she's about halfway through the book now. She's going to notice it a little bit, like notice that, kind of snap the book shut, look a little smug with herself, and pat Lish on the head to kind of like, and then also like kind of like place her hand over his little weasel wad to keep him on her as she stands up.
Does she snap the book shut to like keep him from looking at it, or just
No, she's just like, and I'm halfway through the book, like she's all She's all fucking smug with herself.
Uh,
It was like, yeah, I'm making progress. Fuck yeah. Like, kind of her hands aren't free to, like, clap for herself, basically.
Lish, you would have been able to catch a glimpse of the picture within the book. It depicts a beautiful elvish woman with skin the color of honey, long hair that seems to be the color of leaves throughout the year, gossamer wings folded against her back, and gray blue eyes that are somewhat reminiscent of the moon. And she is holding the hand of a tall, muscular man with black eyes and wild hair that is thatched and braided with brambles, brown skin, and green wings.
I would know them.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Lish is just kind of
Pretty quick to recognize Queen Titania and Oberon.
Lish is a little weirded out that there's photographic evidence of them. It seems a little strange.
It's a drawing.
It's a drawing. Okay, well, that makes more sense.
Very good drawing, but it's a drawing nonetheless.
Huh. Well, Levy can't really sense anything from him as a ferret, so he'll just continue to guide them to the kitchen.
Neat. She's just like, whatever, I'm studying things and fucking la-di-da, you know. She doesn't really seem to give a shit about the picture.
I don't think he had much of a second to do more than peek before she was wrapping up, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She's just like, I finished that chapter, moving on. And she, if he's urging her towards the kitchen, she's, if they pass Toby on the way, she'll like pass a hand across his shoulders as she goes by him.
Yeah.
Aldrich comes along as well.
Yeah. Tobias will get up and follow her to the kitchen.
Aldrich wasn't invited.
We have to feed our actual invited guests.
He has a house somewhere.
The one that didn't charm us in order to gain entry into the house.
Yeah, what is this, Sweden?
We should be nice to him. Guy almost died for us, man. Come on, Lish.
And you eat in the kitchen or in the dining room?
Probably the dining room, since
Okay.
the kitchen still has a massive fucking wreck table in it.
Yeah.
We've definitely moved that creepy doll out of there by now into some other place.
It
We're
is
gonna put it in
just
the-
a doll. It's a child's toy.
Creepy.
But fine. You remove the doll and ditch it somewhere.
I put
Tobias
the
would have
doll.
gently placed it with the other children's toys.
Okay.
I was going to say we put the doll over in Esme's room, in the room that we have dedicated to Esme.
Yeah.
Okay. You you put the doll away, remove some of the cloth pieces covering the chairs, and you all sit together and have a nice breakfast as prepared by Demir, and that is where we will call session.
I got to cross out most of Levy's to-do list. I'm so fucking pleased.
Woo!
God damn, that was an episode.
But damn.
Our next session is going to be on Thursday night.
Yes.
All right, I'll clear some time out.
I'm so
Good.
excited.
Thank you all.
Thanks
Yeah,
for playing,
thanks.
guys.
This was a very good session.
This is
Yeah.
fuck yes.
Oh my god.
too much interpersonal shit.
Demir lore.
Demir lore.
Holy shit! And leaving
Holy
it, have to
shit.
crack her open like a fucking egg.
I know, right? Just took emotional damage. It's fine.
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage. Emotional.
The one damage type not even a totem barbarian can resist.
What time on Thursday are we meeting? 6 or
It's
later?
like a 5 or
6.
something? 6, okay.
Okay.
Oh, that actually was okay.
Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
Thank
Hmm.
you, DM, as always.
Yes.
Thank you guys for playing.
Thank you for watching our fucking soap opera.
Love truly real.
Love's so goddamn real.
For once,
Extremely
I should-
real. It is on our doorstep. It wants in the house. It's not a vampire, it swears.
Yeah, the vampire's already welcome into your house anytime.
No, just one vampire.
One vampire, and his invitation will be rescinded the moment he shows up.
Yes.
Lord.
He's
All right.
just going to offer you guys some lore.
Sure. It is
Yeah, well, fuck that guy. He's a fucking vampire and he can suck my ass.
Some fine law.
Anyway, it's fine. Well, I'll see you guys on Thursday, I guess.
Looking forward to it.
Yes.
Um, oh, yeah. It's a Thursday yet, I guess.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
See ya.